Willie D Live.
When was the first time that you realized that this fame thing is just a little too overwhelming for me? I really hate it. And it made you really want to just become a recluse.
I figured it out pretty early, man, that it was stupid.
It's a different level of fame, also. Like,
yeah.
When you're a star athlete, you're famous. You're hometown, local famous.
Yeah.
And everybody kiss your butt or whatever.
Yeah.
But when you get to the NFL,
yeah,
that's a type of fame that you can't even imagine.
Yeah. And like I said, there's levels to that as well. Like basketball famous is different than football famous, for the most part. I mean, there's some football players that transcend that.
And why is that?
I believe it's because we wear masks.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
And there's so much more players on the football team, so you end up rooting for the team more so than the player. And there are some players that transcend that. I was one of those players that was a little more recognizable, and I think fantasy football had a lot to do with that, the fame aspect of it. Like quarterbacks can transcend that a lot because they the faces of the franchise. But for me personally, I think I realized when a lot of my personal decisions started to get critiqued in the media in a way that they weren't really necessarily interested in my mind. They were just interested in the placeholder that is running back X for X team. And so once that, I was like, oh, these motherfuckers really don't care. Once you realize people don't give a fuck, it's twofold. It hurts, right? Just being an honest man, that you're just somebody's puppet. You're entertainment for people, right?
You're a lick.
Yeah, 100%. That's an odd feeling, right? Because you found so much more, and then, but it's also liberating. You say, you know what? Like I had went through like a local situation here where I had got this woman pregnant, and she had, I don't even know I'm allowed to talk about. I don't give a fuck. She had went all over the local news and did the most and was lying. But anyway, that was probably my breaking point when I was like, yo, fuck this shit. And you really realize, like, yo, people ain't going to bed saying, man, that nigga Arian, man. People ain't waking up saying, man, I wonder what Arian. Nobody gives a fuck. Like, if you cross their little ticker and you're the type of conversation, they might have an opinion on you. Highly doubt that they'll give a fuck enough to research an honest, truthful opinion about you. And once you realize that you're just the flavor of the week or the flavor of the day, then it becomes a lot easier to rest, like, in knowing that it's not that crucial, like it's not that serious, and it's not just advice for myself, but like if you're just in your little social circles, you know what I'm saying, like the gossip in your town or whatever, like nobody gives a fuck, bro. Everybody wakes up and worry about the shit they got to worry about. You might be on somebody's tongue for a day or so. Nobody cares. Nobody waking up in the morning saying, I'm going to fuck you over. Like, nobody cares like that, dog. And that's how I avoided a lot of conflict afterwards and found a lot of peace, realizing nobody really gives a fuck. I promise you. Nobody cares, man. They might comment on your post or whatever. Nobody gives a fuck, though.